Welcome back to Abra Analyze channel. We are going to discuss wonderful case study, and this will be a great storyboard for you. And this is specially designed for black belt professional, Lean Six Sigma black belt professional, or green belt. You will get a complete idea of DMAIC approach: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. And also here and there, I will be also talking about do's and don'ts and why that particular way it has been done and all that. Okay, let's go to the define phase. In the define phase, this is the one. The home loan Lean Six Sigma project was initiated because the global consumer home loan division was performing well below the customer expectation. Project description, it is touched from the background. Simco International has declined from third largest financial service to the sixth one in the world. Lean Six Sigma team were formed to address this issue because this is a big issue, right? So from third rank to sixth rank, right? On investigation, it was learned that the poor customer service is a primary one. So it is not a cause, right? It is only symptoms, right? And the very important about project charter is that we should not describe the solution and we should not have a cause. Business case by increasing customer satisfaction and how we can recapture the market share and so on. And then it also has a problem statement as a, for example, 22 days it takes for new home loan process while the competitor is taking only 15 days, right? And that is in the revenue loss is 26.2 million dollar and 2.6 million dollar in inefficient per year, right? What is the goal of the project? Reduce. And as you can see that this is also a wonderful tip that you always start with the verb, right? Reduce home loan processing time by 30 percentage to 15 days within 3 months. Very specific, right? Reduce process inefficiency because there are two problems are here. One is that the lead time it is taking, like the more lead time it is taking it, and 22 days, but whereas a competitor is taking only 15 days. So that means at least that baseline we are going to achieve another 3 months, and then reduce the process inefficiency by 50 percentage within 3 months. Project scope, area of scope, customer home loan, and which one, Singapore and Chicago and London and all that. And when the customer requests, what is the start point when the customer requests as a loan, and the stop point is that receipt of the home loan acceptance or the letter we get it, right? So that one. And then what is the benefit? Increase the revenue that we can catch up the 20 million and reduce the process inefficiency $650,000, right? And quick wins opportunity is also very important. You can see that customer to mail application ready to LP, gather additional information, right? Easy to implement, reversible, fast to implement, within team control, or cheap to implement, right? All these are yes. And then you can see the CTQs, critical to quality. There are external factor, there are internal factor. There are three external factor. For example, customer issue, it takes too long. What is the customer need? Reduce the loan processing time, right? Because it was taking on an average 22 days, whereas the competitor is taking only 15 days, right? And there are too many error in the final determination package. And then this is where that is a goal that 100% accuracy we should attain, and then it is very difficult to reach anyone at this one. So how we should have the first call itself, how we can have that we're going to see more in a solution phase. And no clear roles and responsibility, and then too much time is being spent. And then these are all the one you can see here. The bottom line is that the project charter shall not have two things: one, solution, prescribed solution; number two, it should not contain the cost should not, because the cost we are going to measure and analyze in the upcoming phase. We are not going to discuss in the project charter, right? Very importantly, whenever you say goal, start with the verb, right? Reduce home loan, reduce the process inefficiency, right? We reduce home loan processing time and so on. And now we are talking about measure phase. Measure phase, as you know, that measure phase does not give any solution, right? It is only tell the where the problem is there. Let's say that Chicago processes, and as you can see here, so what is the lead time it is taking? It's like so largely it is taking like 28 days or something like that, and even it goes up to 68 days also as well, right? And you can see, so the Chicago 240 loans, 72 defects. And from this is from the histogram from the a cycle time perspective. And the same thing, if you take the cycle time, so LSL should be 10 and the maximum we should do it 15, but still you can see the positive skew is there, negative skew is there and all that. PPK is minus 0.03. That means the process is not capable to meet the requirement as such, right? So 240 loans and 72 defects we have, 7 critical, critical data fields we have. That means what is the DPMO? 42, right? Sigma value is the performance is 3.2. So you can see here, you can also do it in that Excel also as well. I'm opening up the Excel. I'll take one Excel. Maybe I will take this one. So what is the case here is that 240 loans. Okay, 240 loans. And this is the total loan we have. And then what is the next data point? 72 defects and CTQ is 7. 72 defects and 72 defects and 7 critical points we have. 7 critical points we have. 7. This thing. What you can do, you can just this is the defects and this is CTQ. We can find out the DPMO. How we can do? Very easy. Number of defects times 1 to the power of 6, 1 million opportunity divided by loan, total loans times CTQs, right? So 4 to, you can see here 42,000, right? 42,000. And the same thing you have here, 42,857. Sigma value is 3.2. You can easily find it out. Sigma value, just put this one normal. So inverse the standard normal cumulative distribution, and then 1 minus. In the past videos, I talked about how to calculate this. I'm just going through fast on this, and then this plus 1.5 when you're talking about ZST, right? So 3.2. 3.2 is a sigma value. Okay, so now what we are doing it, so we have calculated this baseline data, and this is the cycle time for Singapore, and then all this, the X bar R chart is also been there, right? And further it say figure out the cost. What is the cost as loan processing cycle time in Chicago takes 31 days. What are the reasons, right? The staffing not aligned with the peak volume, and not prioritization being done, and unclear number of loans required to complete per day and all that, right? So these are all the various causes. And you can see that the Pareto has been done. Pareto addresses that 80 percentage of this one. If you look at 80 percentage, so that the loan amount, name and address is not capturing very well. So this itself is having error. And then you can see that the 19 days lead, an average work is taking 4 days, and process inefficiency is 5%, right? Lean as it is what is the stage of the process, right? And so this is the Chicago is also taking the highest time, also like 70 days and all that. Singapore and London looks to be slightly fine. And we can see that how many 86% of the final determination have got error. And let's see further slides. Okay, and furthermore, it has been given that which days is having peak, and what is the cycle time distributions. And this is regression equation also been done. And that means R value, you can see here 0.47. And the regression analyst proved that 47% of the variation in the Singapore total cycle time is accounted for the LP cycle time. And the p value is less than 0.5. That means two data set are statistically different. Then it has been done that two sample t-test is being done, right? The value should be less than 0.5. That is 0.05 should be. And then the two test has been done. ANOVA p value is less than 0.5 implies that at least one set means are not equal, right? And then this is 0.05, not 0.5. And the root cause and what is the tools being used and all that, right? And furthermore, now this is the phase, where improve phase, where we are getting that solution, right? Have loan process determination, loan qualification, and qualification criteria has been develop the email internet based system to exchange the information, eliminate the paperwork, and combine the LP and MSA process to eliminate the MSA from the loan processing, develop online applications, and so on. These are all the steps. And then it came down to 8.9 days alone, right? Again, there is another problem is that the 15 days, even Chicago also came down to 15 days. And then there are whatever the loan reviewing time was also came down. And you can see here that this is also crossed that the benefit we got, and that initially it was having that now if you look at 30 loan, right, only five defects were found, right? So you can see here now 30 loan, only five defect, seven are the CTQs, right? You can see here it became like, so 2000, the 23,810, right? And slightly here itself, the process has slightly improved, right? So 3.2, it became 3.4 here itself. It's not even deployed full solution. Here itself, during the analyze improve phase itself, it has been developed, right? And furthermore, it also talks about that mean time is 8.9 days. Standard deviation is only 2 days, and the n equals 50 sample has been taken. And then this is the control chart, because the control chart is also being used in both the phases, control phase and measure phase. And then how much loan it is, what all the issues were there, that has been eradicated here, as you can see. And this is the conclusion. So the conclusion line is that, so always use that define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. And define phase gives you only the problem, and then you have the measure phase, it's where you can measure the data. And then analyze phase, where you analyze using the various tools like fishbone diagram and all that. And then you can also study that the way the underlying root cause and all that. And then improve phase, where you get the solution and the sustain it, that one again you use the control chart to sustain the project. I would like to thanks Simply Learn for this, some of the material I've taken from there. And then I also referred some books, Total Quality Management and various other books. Please stay tuned for more such simulations, project simulations are coming up. And please do like, share, subscribe my channel. You have a wonderful day ahead.